Hello and welcome to the Sky Spirit channel, and it is fantastic to be back. Now, as the title says, this is a little bit of a quick explanation as to where I've been, because I think I owe you an explanation because I just suddenly dropped off the face of the universe. But I don't want you to think that I've been away like partying and having the time of my life, because I'll be honest with you, it's been a bit of a shitty time. Now, traditionally for me, I always have a bad September. This has been going on for decades and I don't know why. But I have got away with it the last couple of years. And then this September has hit me like a freight train. Believe me, it has been a really bothersome time for me. So without getting into a sort of wallowing in the self-pity thing, I said it was like an explanation. So here's a few ideas about what's been happening. So I've got fibromyalgia, and that sort of kicked off and that drained me of energy. And that was like the end of August, beginning of September. And then, as you might know, I had stage 3 cancer last year. So I have to have like regular blood tests and then a yearly CT scan, a surveillance scan. And I don't mind telling you that they terrify the living shite out of me. It's the most horrendous time. And then I've had a tumour marker blood test, and that was a bit dodgy. So I had to have an impromptu CT scan. And honestly, it just knocks me off kilter. It is a really terrifying thing to go through, and I'm sure there's other people who have, who deal with it better than me, and I just don't deal with it very well. I literally fall apart. So there was that, and that was pretty crap, I have to say. And then, well, I got the results of the CT scan, by the way, and they were clear, but the consultant had the absolute good grace to say, well, your results are clear. Could be that something's too small to be seen on the scan. I tell you what we'll do. We'll scan you in we'll do more blood tests in another 3 months. It's like, thank you for putting me in purgatory for another 3 months. This is marvellous, isn't it? So, you sometimes wish they'd just say, okay, there's nothing there. Even if it is nothing there right now. It's difficult to live with, and if I sound a bit bitter and like a cancer bore, it's because I am a bitter cancer bore. And I'm told that it gets easier, so hopefully I'll stick around for enough years to feel that ease become normal to me. So there was that. So the scan was clear, but there was that caveat from the consultant. And then, well, in between then, my stepdad said I'd put on too much weight, and that really pissed me off as well. But that was a small thing, because then shortly after, and this was like the worst thing ever, I got up and my dog was dead. My 11-year-old dog had died I think she died pretty soon before I just found her, because she was still warm as toast. So it was a real shock. And I guess one of the reasons why I'm recording this rather than doing it live, because I still don't trust myself not to just burst into tears. And nobody needs to see that. You don't really want to see that. But she was my absolute baby, and you will have heard her barking on this channel lots of times. So I have another one. I have her daughter, which is sad as well, because obviously her daughter Elsie's never been without her mum, so it's all new. So that's really kicked the stuffing out of me. So things have been tough. So if you've missed me, then I'm back, I'm here, and I'm hoping you're going to join me for a live on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. That'll be the first live. I feel a bit rusty. If you haven't missed me, then I don't know, just stick around for the adverts. That'll please me. You'll be helping an old lady feed her cats and one dog that is left. So that's me. It's been a shite time. So I just didn't want you to think that I've been away partying and having the time of my life, because I haven't. And literally it would have been really hard to sit here with this smile plastered on my face, and nobody wants to watch me sit here with a miserable face and wallowing as I am a little bit now. But I'm just trying to explain how things have been. So now that I've got that out the way, as I said, I'd love it if you would join me on Wednesday night for my first live back. Now, because I've absolutely worn myself out, I'm just going to go for one live a week to start with, and that's just because like the energy levels are still a little bit fragile, so I just don't want to like massively dive back into everything and then end up disappearing again. So we're going to go for Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. So if you'd like to come along to that, I would love to see you there. But what I thought we'd do, because I am rusty, is I thought, well, why not chuck some cards out while I'm here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what should we do? I'm going to do a collective reading. That's what I'm going to do. So this reading could be directed at you. You might watch this and find that this reading is absolutely spot on, right on the nail for you. Or it could be more of an overarching, more of a collective reading to do with the general atmosphere. But let's put some cards down and see where we get to. Now, let's see if I can remember how to change screen. Should we do it over there? We'll do it over there. Look, there's me in the corner and there's the card screen. You know, I literally can't remember how to use this. And how long have I been away? About 6 weeks. So that just shows you the extent and the capacity of my memory and intellectual abilities. Right, how should we do this? I think we're going to do a little bit of a hybrid thing here. So we're going to look at what's coming for us all? What's coming for us all? Ooh, I feel like we should that's an important question. Let's have more of a shuffle. In fact, let's go, just because I'm not used to doing this and we'll probably make an enormous mess of it. Let's go for one of these shuffles on the table. Ooh, there we go. Haha. Right. Okay. So, what's coming for us all? Great, look at that, 10 of Cups. That is emotional fulfillment and joy. I was hoping when I said that, I was thinking, oh my god, don't be death or the Tower or something. That's gonna like really get things off on the wrong note. So we've got the 10 of Cups. Wow, we've got new beginnings. We've got the Ace of Wands. And we've got the Sun. Oh my word, these are like the best cards you could possibly put down when we're looking at new beginnings. Hang on, let's just put my face back on, why not? And I'm gonna do that. Look, I've remembered how to put my, oh, it's not, hang on. There it is. Okay, right, so I've got my little screen back on. What did I switch off there? Oh no, I put the chat thing on. Excuse me, let's turn that off. Right, so these cards here, 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. That Ace of Wands is a new start, and the Sun is like, it's when you're looking over the horizon to something new, something exciting, new possibilities, new opportunities. Now I'm just going to take this one. We are going on a me train here, and for me this is talking about, this is my situation here, because it's a new beginning and I'm looking at new opportunities. I've already got new ideas for content and where we're going to take the channel, collaborations and all sorts of things going on, as well as getting back into feeling more like myself, getting back into my sort of trying to eat healthy rather than sort of sitting around feeling sorry for myself and doing unhealthy things because I feel bad. So I'll take these cards, but I would love it if you could take these cards as well, because remember, the tarot is generic. Nothing is specific. I'm giving you the dots, but you have to join them. So that was perfect. Do I dare do another line of cards here just to expand this a little bit? Tell you what, we're going to do 333, okay, because 9's a magic number. So let's go for that. Okay, so we've got a partnership coming to an end. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, a portal card upside down, and we've got the Fool as well, the right way up. So what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at this, to me, because the 8 of Pentacles is often about like sort of education and training and doing things that sort of forward it, and because this is upside down and because we've got the 2 of Cups here, that relationship card upside down as well, I would say there's lessons to be learned about something that has to be left behind as well. So there's something that's happened that you have to part company with. Now that doesn't have to be a person. It's like when you learn the truth about somebody or something, or even an element of yourself, and then you're able to see it as it is, so you can put it in its place, put it in a box and bury it, if that makes sense. That's a bit macabre, isn't it? But it's like, you know, you're parting ways with something, and it's because that Eight of Pentacles, it's because you've learned something about it. All right, so these are good cards as well. Now the Fool, this is a beautiful card to have in this position, because it's talking about, again, we're looking at starting something new, and the Fool has an amazing energy where it's just like you're stepping into the unknown, but you're doing it with confidence, and you're doing it with that like childlike innocence of, like, you know, when you're like, I don't know, let's say 6, and like you don't go, oh, I'm not going to do that in case X, Y, or Z happens. You just go for it. You just do it because you're fearless. Okay. And the Fool in this orientation, when he's up this right way, he is exactly that. He is fearless. So looking at these cards so far, what we've got is a new start leading to this sense of emotional contentment, emotional fulfillment. There's new horizons, there's new opportunities. This comes from parting ways with something that you've learned your lesson about, or you've learned more about, but it could be a part of yourself that you're leaving behind, and you step forward into the future full of this sort of new joy. I'm going to struggle saying this. Joie de vivre. Joie de vivre. You're going forward with joie de vivre. Okay, so I like those. Let's go for the last line here. Please be good. Please be good. Okay, 3 of Wands, 7 of Cups, King of Swords reversed. Now this is a slightly different line. So the 3 of Wands, I've been putting them down over there and nobody can actually see them. I am out of practice. Let's put the big screen back on. Okay, look at the mess that I've made as well. Let's put these down like this. Right, 3 of Wands. Okay, so we've talked about the fact that we're starting new things and we're going off on all these wonderful adventures and we're inspired and things are going really well. But then we've got the 3 of Wands. Now the 3 of Wands is about progress and expansion. So it's like you go, you start something new, but then you're looking at that thinking, hang on a second, this new opportunity, this new thing is actually worth expanding. So it could be that at the moment, the things that you start, the new plans that you make, the new people that you meet, have got the potential to expand and fill more space. And that, I don't mean like they're going to get fatter like I have. I mean that they're going to fill more headspace, fill more space in your life, wherever that is, whether it's a situation, person, etc. Now, we've also got the 7 of Cups. Now, in its sort of negative view, I guess, like, excuse my words, because I'm struggling with my words, because I haven't done this for, what, 6 weeks. So I'm like, my patter is slightly off. In its negative view, okay, this card can mean like illusions and fantasy, but what it can also mean positively are choices and dreams. Okay, so what we've got here, when we combine, because remember, we don't read cards in just one card at a time, we read them in context. So what we have here are these expanded plans becoming like, there's a lot of it, and it's like dreams fulfilled. Okay, but what you might find is that there's a need to cut out what is illusion and what is fantasy from what is realistically achievable. Okay, and I believe this is at this expanding and planning stage. Okay, it feels like there's a lot of options on the table. If you look at the illustration on that card, let's put my dish back on, look at the illustration on that card. This guy has got like, oh gosh, I hate it when my camera goes in and out like that. So still not focusing, is it? Bugger. Okay, I'll tell you, this card has got, like, he's got loads of cups here, and they're all full of different things. We've got a face and a ghosty thing and a wreath and a salamander, and these are representing all sorts of different choices. And he's like going, oh, I'm not quite sure which one to choose. So it's important. The message of this card is really about making sure that you don't spread yourself too thinly. It feels like these new opportunities are coming thick and fast, and this, particularly this one that you choose to go further with, you choose to expand. It could, like, you know, when something just spreads out and it becomes almost unmanageable. So that's a little bit of a tap on the shoulder to make sure that you keep things manageable. Now, what we've also got, now this is a really interesting card to come out finally here, is this King of Swords reversed. Now, I'm going to pull a clarifier on this card because I'm not sure about it. Okay, so we've got strength, we've got a major arcana card, and we've got the King of Swords reversed. Now, what I think this is a little tap on the shoulder, I believe, for somebody, or for all of us. I think it's about leaving behind the negative part of yourself. Now, that's the King of Swords, okay, reversed. It can be a disruptive, a negative, it's like the naysayer that sits on your shoulder, feeding the negativity into your mind, okay? And I relate to this as well, and I'm sorry I'm going to make this about me again, but I'm going to. Like, cancer bore moment, cancer bore alert. Like, one of the biggest battles I think with cancer and recovery is like not letting your mind go into spirals and not think negatively constantly, like what if, okay? That is that, okay? He would be sitting on my shoulder whispering into my ear, oh, you're going to have your next scan. Oh, what about the next blood test? Oh, this is going to happen. What happens? What if? Okay, so he needs to do one. And the way that we do that is to exercise strength. Now, the beauty of these two pairs, of this pair, I should say, is that the major arcana trumps the little King of Swords here. So he's the negative voice in your ear, okay? And what it takes to overcome that voice, it's not as simple as just going, oh, just think positively. So many people say that to you. It's like toxic positivity. Makes me want to slap them, okay? It's not as easy as that, is it? It takes so much inner strength, okay, to actually work out how to be positive sometimes. But I think the message of this card is that the strength is within you to do that. It's about changing your mindset and finding the way forward. Now, that is different for all of us. So for some of us, it's about getting back into doing the things that you like to do, doing some activities. Like for me, it's in the painting and art and stuff like that, and even this. But for you, it might be about spending time with people, going places, traveling, that sort of thing, starting to do something that you've always wanted to do, to sort of keep the negative voice from your ear. Now, with context to this little spread that we've done, I think it's particularly important to note that that comes out last, and it's like saying all this positivity in this spread, talking about moving forward, learning lessons, leaving something behind that wasn't serving you anymore. Yeah, that Two of Cups reversed there. Okay, so learning the lesson about it, leaving it behind, as I said, putting it in its box and burying it. And then the expansion, and then the opportunity that becomes bigger, and then you have to use your discernment to make sure you're not getting overwhelmed and you're choosing the right things. I think that little pair at the end are saying, don't listen to the negative voice that might tell you that it's not possible, okay? That what's happening, these opportunities that are being handed to you, that they're not going to happen. That, you know, we've all got that, even if it's not specific, like my health worry. It's just that there's always that, nah, it's not going to work, no, it's not going to happen, or this is going to happen, or that's going to happen. In this instance, with this opportunity, what you're being asked to do here is use that inner strength. Do not listen to that negative King of Swords reverse sitting on your shoulder. Chuck him to the side and exercise your inner strength to move forward into this wonderful opportunity that's coming to you. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. I do feel a little bit rusty, I have to say. If you have been trying to book a personal reading with me and I've refunded your money over the last couple of weeks because I wasn't in the right headspace to do it, then please do try to book again. I will put some available slots on the website, skyspirit.co.uk. Remember to come and join me on Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, and I hope to see you there. In the meantime, remember to stay weird.